At our company, when a vacancy arises, that is actually the start of the recruitment process. I'll firstly draft it, and to ensure that the job profile or summarized version of the job description is compiled in such a way that it will attract the necessary interest from the right caliber of talent, and we'll advertise either in newspapers, online, or internally in the company. After the CVs has been worked through, a shortlist is compiled, and through that shortlist, interviews are then scheduled. During the interviews, a suitable set of questions are asked, and based on that process, a further shortlist is compiled of normally 2 or 3 people that the interview panel is interested in, and the person are then sent for psychometric assessments. However, this is not applicable in all recruitment campaigns that we have. Depending on the area and department, we sometimes use what we call behavioral competency interview techniques or questionnaires, where we beforehand prepare a particular questionnaire and particular questions that we would ask a particular person for a particular role. What is important is that even before you start interviewing for and using this behavioral competency technique, the panel that you use is or needs to be properly trained in using that tool. However, we also go beyond that. We sometimes use an unstructured interview technique as well. Unstructured in the sense that we allow the panel to shoot from the hip in terms of questions. The benefit of that is that you would sometimes get very interesting questions. And in my experience, I normally ask 1 or 2 questions that would take the candidate out of their comfort zone and challenge their thinking about things that is not necessarily directly related to the role we are recruiting for. In terms of existing employees, I always say that interviewing existing employees for positions is more a performance assessment exercise, because the benefit for the employee is that they know what they're getting, they have the history of the person's performance, they have performance ratings, and that can assist you as a panel to compare candidates against each other. And also you get feedback from people that is within the structure of the company, and the chances are that they would be very truthful about the feedback that they give you. For me, the biggest benefit of first looking internally for internal employees to apply for positions is it allows the company to really look down their talent pipeline in their company. It gives the managers opportunity to see skills and knowledge that they might not have known in the company, and it gives the company an opportunity to identify future managers, supervisors, and more importantly, leaders. If you want to bring about change, my advice is always keep an open mind and go and rather source outside if you want to make changes at a high level within the company, especially when it comes to leadership values. Because our selection process is not an exact science, there is instances where the process can actually not deliver the candidate that we are looking for. But this is largely due to the fact that if we draft a job profile for that position, we need to ensure that the culture, the requirements, the culture of the company, and secondly the requirement of the position is stated in such a way that it attracts firstly the right people to apply. Because if you don't do that, you will attract a candidate that is not suitable for the role. The second thing is obviously that you go through this whole process, you think you found the right person, and as soon as the person is placed in the role, you find out that the person is not a fit for the position. This seldom happens because our recruitment processes are quite up to standard in terms of ensuring that the person can at least fulfill the role in terms of skills and knowledge. It's more about fit, the best fit in terms of personality, in terms of culture, in a particular department in the company. So there you can also go wrong. With psychometric assessments, we've had cases where people are assessed for particular positions. They either come out well, indicating that they are a good fit. We use that in conjunction with the interview, although the interview remains the primary source of us determining whether a person is suitable for the role or not. So the challenge of HR is to ensure that the limited talent pool in our country is optimally utilized for that particular company. And we need to ensure that the best people is attracted to the company, that our selection processes are fair, and that our selection processes actually are able to identify who is the best candidate amongst a group of candidates that might be considered for a particular role. And during that process, we might also make use of psychometric assessments that would enable us to determine whether a particular candidate fits the profile of the company and that particular role. So in conclusion, it is important to appoint the right person in the right position, especially if you appoint someone in a managerial position, because managers have teams reporting to them. They have influence upwards in the organization, they have influence sideways in the organization. So I always expect managers to be able to show leadership capabilities, especially with their teams.